We have a special stream today. We are going to be streaming Prison Architect with
Mark Morris. I'm the producer of Prison Architect.
And Chris DeLay, I'm the designer of Prison Architect.
Awesome. What are we looking at, right? Or what are we looking at? For people that don't know what it is, actually, maybe you can give us a little intro of what Prison Architect is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it says it all, right?
Yeah.
Prison Architect.
Absolutely.
It's not that complicated. You build and manage a maximum security prison, right? Pretty simple. We've been in early access for 3 years now. We're coming out on Tuesday, right? I'm getting a bit confused because I'm flying around the world, but Tuesday, 6th of October, we're going to version 1.
October 6th.
October 6th, yeah, not long. There are 3 modes to it that we're going to go through a little bit today and show you today. There's a story mode, which kind of acts a little bit like the tutorial. We can't really show you anything about that, just spoil it, right? It wouldn't be any fun for anyone to it'd be like doing a script reading.
Yeah, I played a little bit and it is intense.
It's really
Yeah.
weird. That's good.
Yeah.
Intense is good.
Yes.
Better than boring.
So we've got that. Then we've got what we call the sandbox, which is where you build a prison, you manage a prison. So we're going to show you some building today, and we're going to show you some of the awesome prisons that are on the Steam community. We've been in early access, like I said. We've got 12,000 prisons up there now. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then finally, this is all new for launch mode. Nobody's played this yet. Hardly anyone's seen it. We've got escape mode.
That is hype.
And that is when you play as a prisoner and you've got escape mode.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of have an obsession with prison breaks.
Yeah.
I'm super into it.
Those two.
Yeah.
That was a great series.
It was a good series.
It was a very good series.
Yeah.
Alright, so what
Don't play the game yet. We're having audio issues. So
Audio issues.
Keep hamming it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's not really a great way for me to tell. Because it
So can you
sounds
tell
good
us
there.
about
I think I'm either getting audio through this.
escape? We're going to go into that later.
Yeah,
Can you say that for the end?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll talk to you about where the idea came from.
Yeah.
Because we'll go right the way back.
Yeah,
to the
right
beginning.
here.
And basically, it was
USB.
for a long time we've been working on a game like technology, kind of like City Skylines. You know, we had like a tech generator generating these cities, and we never really figured out how to play within this world, right? But one of the mission levels that we had in this world was building a prison, right? And we just had so much fun building a prison, right? And Chris was like scratching his head, going, "How can I make this game work? You know, I've been working on this for 5 years. You know, how am I going to make this work? I know what I'll do, right? I'll go on holiday." You know, it's a good solution, right? When you can't solve a problem. So he goes on holiday, San Francisco, not far from here.
Awesome.
Goes to Alcatraz, you know, and suddenly it's like, bing, ding, 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 all the pennies drop, right? I'm going to do a prison building game. So, like, you know, we're in our mid-30s. I know that you wouldn't tell that, you know, by looking at us. But back in the 90s, right, we were playing Theme Hospital, SimCity, Populous, you know, all these, like, big world-building games, God games, and we kind of felt like that genre hadn't been fully explored. You know, that the next crazy idea, whatever that crazy idea was, I can't even remember, but people had just suddenly rushed onto it and left that before, you know, it had been fully done. And now I think we're seeing a bit of a resurgence. Mm-hmm. So the prison theme, you know, why has nobody made a good video game about prisons before?
Yes.
You know, there's such... Like film have done them, TV's done them, books have done them. You know, there's Prison Tycoon. We don't need to worry about that. You know, and so we were thinking, why is no one done? They're such rich places. They're full of such interesting people. You know, they're relatively easy for us to kind of model them within the game because they're quite system driven.
He says.
Yeah.
5 years of work.
I'm the producer. I don't do any coding. Right? I just gave you the coders. Yeah,
5 years programming.
Yeah,
to model
just
a prison.
crack on
Audio's
with it.
good. Yeah, we can start the game.
Right.
So we can actually start the game. So show them all of your hard work.
Yeah, I'll show. He's setting me up.
Yeah.
So I mean, basically, I'm just like a huge Dwarf Fortress fan, a huge like Dungeon Keeper fan. You know?
Nice.
Like
Yes.
Mark says, I mean, those are classic games, and that's a classic genre that just ended too soon, in my opinion, and it's been coming back. And so, you know, the idea of those kinds of games is that you build something interesting, like a dungeon or I don't know, a theme park or something. Mixing that with prisons, it's like the
It's right in my wheelhouse.
It's like the kind of like the magic sauce, you know.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like I don't know, taking something that should, like, normally you would build build an army and destroy this enemy base.
Yeah.
You know, there's no enemy base to destroy in Prison Architect. You know, and the enemy are in your prison.
It's about keeping them in.
Yeah, and you just have to hold them in. It's kind of all different.
Yeah.
Mark mentioned there's 3 game modes. I mean, this is where new players start, right? The campaign. The campaign is a series of story chapters that run you through the basics of playing the game and help you to learn to play, but also tell you a story about some really interesting characters that live in prisons. Once you finish the campaign, you're kind of ready to play the sandbox. And the sandbox is where, it starts like this. You say you want to create a new prison, you start off, and this is it, right? You just have a field.
Yeah.
Okay. The key difference being that in 24 hours, some prisoners are going to arrive.
Oh, there they are.
These are the workmen.
Okay.
Right? So this is your first batch of contractors.
Yeah.
And you've got 24 hours to build the first facility that the prisoners are going to live in. You don't even have any guards yet. You don't have a fence. You don't have any security of any kind. And you have to build all that, right? That's where you start. And in keeping with all those games like Dungeon Keeper, did you ever play Dungeon Keeper?
Yes.
Did you ever slap the imps?
Of course. You have to.
You can't do that in this game.
Oh.
But the workmen are your imps, right? These are the guys that do your work for you. So if I tell these guys, like, I want to have, this is going to be my first building, I'm just going to build this here. Is game audio working?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah, why, do you want to hear it louder?
Maybe a tiny bit?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Your workmen will do your bidding for you, right? So this is like a common theme. You don't ever do anything yourself. You just get them to do it for you. Yeah, that's good.
Well, I loved in the tutorial the I don't know if we can talk about it. Spoilers.
You can talk
about it, whatever you like.
Okay, I liked when the firemen come to put out the fire that then you are in control on the ground. I really liked that aspect of going kind of from the overlord to, okay, I'm going to manage these guys, a little micromanagement.
Yeah, there's not a lot of that in the game. Just like a tiny little,
that was cool.
It's like salt, right, on your dinner. Too much of it's going to ruin it. But just a little bit of spice, that made it work. Do you like that analogy?
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Have you been saving that one up?
Yeah.
And so that's how you start. That's how you start the game. Right? So you start by just building a building. I mean, we're going to have to put our prisoners somewhere, right? They're not going to stand outside and just wait for us, and we're not going to have time to build a whole prison. To tell the game that I want my prisoners to stay in here, I have to go into the rooms menu and tag this as our holding cell. Right. So if I drag that thing out, this basically means when the prisoners arrive, put them in here, all right, and tell them to wait.
Wait it out.
Because it's going to take us a little while to build the whole prison that's going to fill the space. Right?
Okay.
And straight away, the game's telling me the things I haven't done yet. Right?
Yeah.
There's no power, no electricity, there's no toilets, there's nowhere to sit. This is a shit prison. Right? This is a crap prison. Right?
Yeah.
And your prisoners are not going to be happy for very long. So you kind of have to start solving those problems, right? So it says toilets, it says benchings. I need to build some toilets. Let's put some toilets.
Help them out. We're civilized here.
Yeah. We don't want it to be too.
Shit in the corner.
We don't want to go too far, do we?
Can you give them a bucket?
A bucket? No, you
Instead
can't. You can't give them a bucket. Well, that toilet is pretty much what it is, right? It is a bucket. Well, particularly because there's no plumbing yet. All right. So that's another thing we're going to have to solve. Right. The power. There's like a sort of a SimCity thing going on here. We have to go into a different utilities view and put down a power station. Right. And then from here, wire in our first room. And again, our workman will do it all for us. Right? Our workman will do all the heavy lifting. But do you ever play SimCity and you ever get a little bit hooked on wiring everything up, making sure everything was wired perfectly?
I love building everything and then I just do it all over again. And just build it.
Something like profoundly satisfying about that kind of game, isn't there? Just watching the guys doing your thing, like a little bit of input on your part. And
something about all the green too. Like, I'm doing this right. Things are working. Things are happening here.
We've got a hum now. We've got a mains hum. Now we know that things are wired up correctly. What else is it telling me? There's no plumbing, right? So these toilets, these are buckets right now. You thought you were joking. This is just the basics, right? So we might decide to go a little bit more luxurious and put some showers in, right? Just like some basic hygiene. And
They're so close to the toilets, though.
Does that offend you in some way?
Yeah. A little too close. A little too close.
What about all the way over here?
Where do you want
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
Right by the entrance. So perfect.
All right. Well, what would you like then? We've got this. We've got all the space.
Okay, so I'd like them in the other corner.
How about one right in the center?
Yeah.
This corner?
Yeah. That's our shower corner.
Put some over here.
What about right in the center, like you're on display?
Ooh, that's a cool idea.
And I'll dismantle these ones because they're it's a bad place. My guys will take those ones down. Yeah. We need to plumb these things in. So again, utilities mode, I can put down a water pump. So water is, it's like I'm not going to explain to you like all the things that you have to do to wire up water, because most players just kind of get it wrong to start with. But suffice to say, everything that's water based has to be wired in, has to be plumbed in.
Wow.
And then, I mean, a lot of players don't even realize, like when they first start out, they just put the plumbing in like this, and they don't even realize that
connect.
Prisoners are going to use this to dig escape tunnels. You ever see like Shawshank Redemption?
Oh yeah.
All our prisoners have seen Shawshank. They watched that.
Every prisoner in this game has seen Shawshank Redemption. So if they decide that you're not looking after their rights well enough, they have tools available to them, like a rock hammer or something like that, they'll dig their escape tunnels along these water pipes.
Do they give visual cues of if they're in like the planning phases of escaping?
They don't, but you, much later in the game, if you put dog patrols around the perimeter of your prison, occasionally your dogs will kind of like scratch at the floor, and it puts a little marker there. And eventually you just notice there's like a line of markers where every time the dogs walk past, they scratch at the floor. And those are your clues that your prisoners are digging escape tunnels.
Okay.
That and the fact that every time you do a search, you find like spoons in everyone's cell. And there's no real good reason why else they would have it,
Yeah, can you do room checks, cell checks?
Yes,
like
you can.
all the time?
Yeah, you can. We've got no guards here at the moment. In fact, there's not even any prisoners. But you can search a prisoner, you can search his cell, you can toss an entire cell block if you want. You can search the entire prison. Every guard
I would be
a
ruthless dictator warden.
Yeah.
Non-stop searches.
Well, if you do that,
twice a day.
It might not work.
No one is escaping.
The problem is it doesn't fucking work.
It doesn't work.
Because your guards are so busy searching everyone's cell all day long that they don't see all the other bags.
They're escaping out the front because you've said to them all, go over there and search that way. But I only searched it yesterday, Governor. I don't care. Search it again. Meanwhile, they're running out the front door.
All right. So what else do we need? Well, they're going to want to sleep somewhere, so I'm going to put some beds in because it's just
a nice guy, aren't you?
It's just a done thing.
Pop some. Can you put like? We haven't got any pot plants yet, have we? People keep wanting pot plants.
No, we've got some TVs. We can
put TV.
You want to be really generous and put
a pool table.
A pool table. What kind of holding cell is this?
It's like
this is a 5-star resort, right?
Can you get a bar in?
I've stayed in worse places. We need some guards, right? Prisoners are going to be here.
Oh man, here they are.
Here's our first batch of prisoners, right? So I've already made a mistake. I don't actually have any guards yet, so I'm just going to rectify that.
Get some down quick.
They're handcuffed, so they're not immediately gonna just run. But if we leave them there for long enough, this happens quite a lot with new players, right? We don't provide an outer wall. There is no outer wall, so.
So do they just have to escape to the edge of the map, and then
if they come out for any reason, they'll just go like, "What the fuck?" And then they're off. They're off. So we don't want that to happen. So we'll build a fence. A lot of players just don't do this, and there's a little bit of an element in us. We've debated it quite a lot. Like, do we want to do this? Do we want to force the player to build an outer fence before we? No,
I love that it's kind of. You're kind of getting thrown into the fire. You gotta learn it as you go.
You learn that lesson really well when your first 8 prisoners just ran off the edge of the map. And it's your fault. It's not like you haven't been cheated. It's obvious. Shit.
You want that moment, don't you? I'm building a prison. I'm building a prison, you idiot. I needed to put a wall up around the outside.
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean they ran away?
yeah. Who'd have thought it?
Surely not. Yeah. So our guys will they'll hang out in here. They'll make use of the facilities when they need to. So all your prisoners have got like a little set of needs. So let's see. I'm gonna cheat our psychologist. Okay. So we can't see what's going on in there anymore, which is a little unnerving. I find that unnerving.
Yeah,
there's no one watching them. So I need to tell at least one of our guards to hang out in there. So this is the deployment.
What is the screen?
This is the deployment screen. This is like your tactical deployment.
Cool.
So you're basically saying we need one guard in here 24 hours a day, right? Because we have no visibility in there. We've got no cameras yet. We've got no one watching.
Can they attack him?
Of course they can.
Yeah.
They're prisoners, and he's a guard. Now they probably won't because they're our first batch of prisoners. None of these guys are maximum security. Like none of these guys are real evil bastards or anything like that.
Okay.
And they'll put up with quite a lot before things go really bad.
Jeez.
But they do have their own set of needs. So like between all these prisoners, like sleeping at night is a simple one. At the moment it's lunchtime, and Do you see any food?
I don't see any food.
I don't see any food either.
They're starving.
That would be something we'd want to take care of next. You know, like building a kitchen and a canteen. Should we do that?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, let's go for the next section. So, all right. So the next thing we'd want to do then probably is let's have.
Did you see the? Did you show the needs screen?
I need to. Yeah, I'll do that now.
Yeah, talk about the prisoner needs a bit. So I was looking at the comments on there because I'm like watching it.
Yeah.
And,
quick question. Someone was asking about music.
Yeah.
In-game music.
In the sandbox, no. Not unless you have a riot on your hands. There's a little bit of music to set the pace. And in the campaign, we use a lot of music to underscore the story. The sandbox, though, I mean, we'll show you a prison later that's took 24 hours to build. Yeah. And I tell you, there is no music in the world that a player will listen to for 24 hours without going, options menu, mute music. All right, and that's the reason for that. It's because nobody wants to have that much music playing continuously.
There is an OST though, so you could put that on continuous repeat if you wanted. Yeah, there is one.
If you were so inclined. So
what are those connectors you're putting in there?
They're doors. I just put some doors.
Oh, okay.
You always need doors for the buildings, otherwise no one can get in. So I've just built 2 new rooms. So this is going to be our kitchen. And this is going to be our canteen, where these guys go to eat. What Mark was asking me to show was the needs screen. So these are the needs of all your prisoners, averaged out, gradually charging up. So yellow means like there is some need for this. So at the moment, it's just the basics, right? And he's noticed like as soon as their bladder and bowels need get a bit too much, they'll start making use of your facilities, you know? And this is the most basic end, right? We're nowhere near this end, right? Literacy or freedom or something like that. Those are tough needs to manage amongst your prisoners, you know. That's one that they've forfeited slightly. But you know, and then the thing about the needs thing is if you don't take care of this stuff, that's when they start going nuts and smashing the place up.
What about our poor psychologist who's just hanging out by the front door?
Yeah, he needs an office.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
He needs an office. But because I'm cheating, I should have built him an office to show you this, but I'm running a cheat build.
Okay.
Because it gets me out of the jam.
Yeah.
I don't have to build all this stuff for these guys. So he'll just stand there like a lemon until someone murders him, I think.
Yeah.
All right, so let's wire up our new rooms. And
love that power.
Yeah, get our workmen busy. So our staff are stuck on the door. They need to wait for the guard because they don't have keys. Right? Only the guards have keys, so they're reliant on the guards to let them in and out of places.
I saw some things were grayed out for the foundations. Is there like a tech tree? Like how do you?
Yeah, the rooms menu. Yeah, there is. Yeah, so under here, under bureaucracy, this is your game tech tree. So we have a warden. We don't even have a warden yet. We haven't even hired a warden, and that's where you always start. And these are kind of choices about what direction you want to go in. You know, are you going to spend all your time and investment on the security angle, and that eventually leads to surveillance cameras, guard dogs, armed guards, you know, tasers.
The Huber path.
Yeah.
That's Huber's path.
Yeah. Dictator.
Right there, dictator mode.
Fist.
Yeah, absolutely. Build with an iron fist. Alternatively, I don't know, finances is just another thing, but I mean, all this kind of like prison labor, you know, cleaning, janitors, groundskeeping, education programs. This is more like the kind of like human rights approach to building a prison, you know?
We don't need that.
So that's a power cut, right? That's what a power cut sounds like and looks like. We need to upgrade our generator.
Oh, I thought somebody cut the power. I was like, already?
That would be a bit hardcore.
Immediately planning. Thinks your prison is compromised.
Yeah.
Let's put some more workmen in. Alright, here we go. There we go. That's that little crisis solved. So I was suggesting that this was going to be a kitchen, wasn't I?
The parole board, I like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Comes in later.
It does, yeah, that's absolutely. So there's like different phases to a prison, you know. I mean, we're just talking about the most basic starting point, like feed your prisoners, clothe your prisoners.
Basic human needs.
Yeah, absolutely. But then, you know, later on, the higher order needs become your main concern, you know. They become the thing that your prisoners are most upset by if they're no longer bothered by not being starving hungry. So for a kitchen, we need some chefs. Here we go. There's our chefs. And we need some. I mean, it highlights what you need. So some cookers. So these guys will they'll get food delivered, and they'll take care of that for us. And they'll cook up meals when it's about to be meal times. And there you can see the first ingredients getting brought in. And again, you never control these guys. It's like watching. I mean, I love watching it. I love watching it like a simulation, watching it play out, getting more and more complex, like more and more intricate as we do stuff.
Why was the phone booth highlighted?
Was it highlighted? Because a holding cell is a common place where it was the next room along. Like, it's a good idea to put phone booth in your holding cell. It relates to their family need. See how all the needs are now starting to charge up?
The food need is real.
Yeah. We haven't fed them for 2 days.
Sure.
These guys are fucking pissed. And it's not going to be good.
We need power to go over to our...
We need power over here. Let's see. So cookers, like high power stuff like cookers needs to be wired in specifically. Like they need their own dedicated.
Chat is loving this, by the way. They're blown away. It's fascinating them.
The two things that I've been keeping half an eye on it. Someone's asked if we're British. So yeah.
No way, man.
No, we're from New York.
No way, man.
Yeah, no way.
No way, man.
No way.
They think we're British. Yeah, of course we're British.
Yeah. Well, they didn't know. They might have thought we were Australian. Sometimes we get confused.
We do get mixed up with Australians.
And somebody said, wasn't Trump playing this the other day? Can you imagine?
I don't think they didn't mean Donald Trump. I think they meant Trump.
Yeah.
Absolutely work on it.
Yeah.
They meant the card game
Tweet
player.
at him right now.
We'll try both. Try Donald Trump and
at whatever his Twitter is. Have you played Prison Architect?
Donald Trump.
We're launching on 6th of October. See if he retweets.
Yeah, right. So it's going to be lunchtime at 1 p.m. So we've told our guys they're just going to be locked in their cell the whole time, which is a little bit mean.
They're getting the water all over the place.
Yeah, well, we didn't build anything around the showers, so they're just leaking.
Oh no!
So we got to build some drains.
Yeah, you can do that if you want. If that sort of thing bothers you.
It does. Yeah. We need to take care of that.
You're really obsessed with the shower block. You're gonna have like a perfect shower block in your prison.
Right, so our cooks are at work. They're cooking up some bacon.
Yeah,
and some,
nice.
I don't know.
How far can you zoom in? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
Nice, look at that bacon.
the sounds come out a lot more when you're going close. Like you hear.
Listen to the prisoners, man.
You
See
hear
what
the
the prisoners are up to.
Yeah, so listening to the prisoners.
Do
It gives you a hint about their mental state.
the employees have needs as well?
They don't. No, all the psychological modeling. Your employees are closer to. They do what they're told, essentially. The prisoners themselves have got whole bios. Every one of these prisoners has a bio. He's obviously a crazy fucking arsehole. He's got one thing that he loves, right? And that's
burning.
That's his thing. And he pleaded guilty to all of his arson crimes.
Will that factor into his escape? Will he burn stuff?
Yes, if he manages to get his hands on some lighters or whatever. So when you build an office block, one of the things prisoners can steal from office blocks is like booze, like whiskey and cigarettes and all the stuff that staff would bring in with them. And he'll just burn your fucking prison down if you're not careful.
So this guy, the guard just brought him into the room. Was he being bad?
Well, I think it's. I wasn't watching. What happened? Did he get lifted in?
Oh yeah. We have new people actually. We have another.
It's more prisoners. We've got 15 prisoners now.
Cool.
We've had 2 rounds of prisoners.
So we need more beds, yeah?
I think they have enough. That's plenty.
Oh, because they don't all sleep at the same time.
No, fuck that.
Okay.
Hey, share a bed.
Yeah, exactly. They need somewhere to eat. So we've built a canteen, but we need to put some. We need to put some facilities in the canteen.
I just love the tension of knowing that they're plotting.
Yeah.
There's this air of tension the entire time of like, all right, what are my prisoners gonna do?
Yeah, and they're getting hungry, right?
Yeah.
They're getting hungrier and hungrier, and if those needs start going red, they'll start fighting, right? And so you've got to be thinking now, like, what do I want to do? I want to build a cell block, because if they're in their own cells, then they can't hurt each other, right? Because if they hurt each other too much, that's game over, right? But equally, you need to get your canteen up, because if they're not fed, they're more likely to. So in the early stages of the game where we are now, it is quite frantic, until you kind of figure out what the order is. I mean, we're saying that, but Chris has been doing it. He's not been mentioning it. In the top right-hand corner, he's controlling the flow of time quite a lot, and you can pause it, right? You can, and some players they pause the simulation, they build their entire prison. Yeah. You can control the intake. You can control all these things. So you can put your intake up to like 200 prisoners, hit speed time, and you'll just get 200 prisoners come into your prison. Right?
But what about income? If you're paused, are you not gaining money?
No, you're not.
That is true. That
Absolutely.
is true.
You gain money for all your prisoners. So every day you gain like a federal grant and money for all the prisoners you have, and you have to pay money for all the wages and stuff like that. So there we go, it's our first successful mealtime. We've actually managed to feed our prisoners now. In the needs screen, you'll see their food need discharging, and like, oh, thank God we don't need to worry about that anymore. You know, we've taken care of the basics.
What are those logs?
So there were trees here before we built this. Those are leftovers from when they cut down the trees. So these logs, they're no use to us right now, but like way later in the mid-game, we can build a functioning workshop.
Cool.
And the prisoners can work in there on carpentry skills and like construction skills. And so you can end up harvesting your own trees.
Look at them clean up. They're cleaning up the trees.
Your chefs have got loads to do.
They're cleaning up.
Can you go into
Yeah, so later on, you can get your prisoners to do this.
Cool.
If you want to save money on.
Let's show.
Ooh, somebody left a photograph. There's a photograph in the canteen.
Oh yeah. Well found. Yeah.
What is that?
Nice.
There's little collectibles all throughout the game. Various events that happen in your game world leave little collectibles. That you can find.
That's very cool.
They go into like this huge collectibles list. I don't even want to click on that because it's so spoilerific.
Cool.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to do it. But there's loads of stuff to find.
Awesome.
Polaroids also, because like it's
He's
quite
watching it.
cartoony, you know, like what's happening.
Yeah.
But actually, when you play it, you'll get the Polaroid showing you a much more graphic view of what's actually happening.
Yeah.
So you know, you watch a fight in the shower with these guys, right? That is not really connecting with the horror of what is actually happening in the showers, right? So the Polaroids are all in there to kind of get that deeper, like emotional connection.
Yeah, the campaign. Intense.
Yeah. Let's get a bigger prisoner, man. Once you've done this for a while.
So we've pretty much taken care of the basics.
Can I ask you briefly about the economy?
Yeah.
About just income and how that, like, you know, a lot of SimCity players have problems. You know, they get into a rut where they're not gaining any money. It's hard to progress.
Yeah.
How?
There's two sides to it. There's the cash flow side, which is what we were showing you earlier. So you've got your income, and there's a bit of a cash bonus for having days without incident that scales each day. You don't have any trouble.
Very cool.
And then there's costs associated with all your wages and your food. So food, for example, even there you can choose how much variation will there be in food. How much am I going to feed my prisoners? You can vary that, and you can. So you could give them much worse meals and then spend that money on security instead, for example, and then taxes. Obviously, everyone pays taxes, and so that's one side of it. And so today, on a daily basis, we're making like $1,000.
That's good,
but it's not very much. Yeah. It's only like just enough to build up. Now, if you want to build enormous prisons, there's another whole side to it, which is these grants.
Whoa!
So these are like government grants. A way to think about it, like mechanically, they're like quests.
Yeah.
You know? Well, as much as I hesitate to use that word, they're like quests with a set of objectives. So we've pretty much almost finished this one already.
Cool.
So we can just take this one, basic detention center. It's saying this is your first ever grant that you would likely take. You get $20,000 from the government and $10,000 when you finish it.
Cool.
You need a holding cell, a shower, a yard, a kitchen, a canteen.
Do we have a yard?
These are awesome.
Yeah, there's a yard
out here.
Oh, that counts.
Nothing in the yard, but you just designate a bit of ground. But you can like
they'll run around in it. They exercise, and then there's more. And as you complete these grants, they give you big lump sums of money, and then more of these grants unlock. Right, so these get seriously high level, like Reform Through Education Initiative. Right?
Wow.
This is all about building classrooms, hiring teachers, training your prisoners in, teaching your prisoners, like taking care of their basic education.
Cool.
And it's always a failure when people first try because they haven't taken care of like the prisoners' food needs. You know, the prisoners are all starving hungry, and so they get wheeled into a classroom and they just go, "Fuck this shit! I'm starving hungry. Would you want me to concentrate? I don't think so." You know what I mean?
Is this the biggest map size as well?
No, this is the smallest map size.
Wow. Okay.
So, yeah, let's take a look at a bigger one, shall we? So you do that for a while, a bit longer, and you end up with a prison that looks like this. Here we go.
Whoa!
Look at that.
There you go.
Holy
That's a big prison, right?
smokes.
This is a medium-sized map.
Medium?
Yeah.
Is this a
medium.
24-hour prison you were talking about? You spent 24 hours on?
We
Well,
didn't.
I
We-
didn't.
we
no.
didn't.
Okay.
Not nearly enough time.
Oh, God.
The guy that built this took 24 hours and 19 minutes.
Real time.
Real time to complete
Wow.
this prison.
And that's
Wow.
and if you think that's just how long it took to build this prison, but he would have had to have built many prisons
This
beforehand
was
to
not his
There's a
understand,
couple
right?
hundred hours in this.
To understand how to construct, because when you start at the beginning, like we were saying, it's very difficult to manage their needs. So
My brain
figuring out.
couldn't even admit, like, I can't multitask. I can't even imagine balancing all that. It's a balancing act.
You have a
Yeah.
morgue at this point.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you need a morgue. Yeah,
That's one of the commonly used facilities.
that's quite a big morgue.
Yeah, that tells you a story right there, doesn't it? That they have that much requirement. Yeah, he's got his kitchen and canteen, and it's a lot bigger. I think he's got. So this prison. You can employ prisoners in this one. So this is the logistics chain of your prison. So you can say, now I want to employ prisoners in my kitchen, and they'll come and help out, and thereby save you. Cost of chefs and all that kind of thing. You can see them, they just come in and start doing all the same jobs, and they'll do the cleanup afterwards as well. They'll tidy up after. But like everything in the game, it's all trade-off, right? Because the kitchen is not the safest room for prisoners to be in real life and in the game. So if you look under intelligence, this is where you find out about all the dangers and risks and contraband and things in your prison. It gives you another different view. And this view shows you all the risks of every room in your prison. So the kitchen is a source of knives and forks and spoons, right? So the first two, the knife is like a brilliant weapon.
Obviously.
The fork is a less brilliant weapon. The spoon is just a digging tool. And your prisoners are motivated by what's happening to them in their lives. So this is a pretty good prison. He's pretty successful. If their family need was really high all the time, or their freedom need was really high all the time, they would start thinking about digging escape tunnels and getting out. And that's where they would get it from. So if you put prisoners to work in your canteen, that's the risk that you take on.
Yeah.
From the hellhole.
You want to see the hellhole? You want to skip
I
to the
think
hellhole?
I think you're going to like it, Huber.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
From what you're
I
saying.
like the sound of it.
Yeah, well, this is. I should preface.
Oh,
the
I like
hellhole.
that class. Is that the classroom there?
It's a workshop.
Oh, workshop.
This is what I was saying earlier about how you can take those wooden logs and start making furniture out of it. So it gets sawn up and turned into planks, and then worked into like really high quality furniture. So you never get enough money. That's the thing. Under the cash flow, this is a cash flow for a much bigger prison. You never get enough money from the federal government to run your prison. You always have to
Just like
sacrifice.
real life.
You just always have to sacrifice something. Like if you want to run an education program or have a bunch of armed guards, you can't afford it. So this guy has decided that a massive prison workshop is the way to solve that problem, because you can sell everything that they make in here. Right? You can export it, and that becomes your income.
What is that blinking red dot?
That means that a prisoner was searched and found to be carrying drugs.
Oh, Doyle.
Lock him up.
Doyle.
There you go.
Put him in solitary.
Yeah.
Even
There's
Doyle.
a punish. You see the punish?
Oh yeah, you can do
Let's
that.
punish him. How long should we put him in? What do you want?
24 hours.
Solitary?
Yeah. So as long as he's, find a solitary block, mate.
Right.
Sometimes it's a bit tricky to find things.
Oh yeah, well he'll get taken there. The guards will come and pick him up and take
Follow
him.
him.
Watching this guy.
This guy is actually in the middle of a drug addiction treatment course.
Oh, man.
Pharmacological
Okay.
treatment of drug addiction.
He's got
Solitary's not right for him.
Yeah.
It's not going to be right.
Oh,
You've done it now, boys. You've done it.
You made me do it, man. That's the rules. You get caught.
We do what you tell us, yeah.
You go to
It's the
solitary.
rules.
He's actually, look at this, he's actually failed the drug addiction course 3 times.
Wow.
Well, he's done it 3 times.
Yeah.
And he still has an addiction problem. So, drug addiction is just one of the things that affects your prisoners,
Oh, man.
It shows up in the needs screen, like with anything else. We were looking at bladder and bowels, but all the way down here, drugs and alcohol. So it gives you an idea that, so the green is like a percentage of all your prisoners. So we've got 210 prisoners here, and this many, about 20, have got alcohol addiction problems that need to be dealt with. If you don't deal with them, then it causes all kinds of problems, right? They can't work, they end up causing fights all the time.
Wow.
They end up stealing things. They'll steal knives from the kitchen and then trade those knives with gang members in exchange for drugs.
Is there a rehab center?
Yes. I just need to find it. So the drug treatment will be going on in here in the infirmary.
Okay.
It's like a methadone program. Alcoholics have like a, I can't mention the branded name for alcoholics meetings, can I? That's
We got another Polaroid.
Group therapy.
Oh yeah, well spotted. Yeah. Group alcoholic therapy. You know, they sit around in the common room and somebody leads the meeting and they talk about ways to defeat their addictions. You can never really. This isn't a game where you can solve a lot of these problems. You know, people that come into your prison who are alcoholics are gonna have alcohol problems all throughout their stay in your prison. It's just something that you can try to manage.
Wow. Holy crap, chaos in there.
Yeah, well, they're all getting fed though.
Yeah,
it's successful, you know? This is like mass food production. And that's only one canteen. There's actually another one over here.
So I know there's the campaign and the escape mode. Does the sandbox have an end game, or do you just try to go as long as you can?
It has a few possible end games. I mean, you can, if you're bored of your prison life, if you're finished, if you think, I'm done with this prison, I'm going to start again, you can go to your valuation. This is the valuation of your prison. And it's the kind of the value that another investor would pay to buy your prison in order to generate money. And you can sell your prison, in this case, for $1 million. And if you do that, you can start a new prison with $1 million already in the bank. So you don't need to start on such a tiny little facility and have to build up from absolutely nothing.
Cool.
You know, and that's probably what he did. He probably built some previous prisons before this one.
Yeah.
Sold them and then took the money and chained up until he was able to conceive of something on this kind of scale.
He's a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
very much so. Very much so.
Definitely, yeah. What was I going to show you next?
The hellhole?
The hellhole. Yeah. Should we show the hellhole?
Yeah, let's show the hellhole.
Right.
They all want to see the hellhole.
Everyone wants to see the hellhole.
This came from a horrible.
Someone wants to know
mind.
if you can kill them for breaking the rules.
You can arrange your prison in such a way that they're likely to die.
Wow.
Holy
crap.
So this is the hellhole, right? I didn't build this one either. Right.
There's nothing wrong with your mind. There's something wrong with the mind from which this prison came.
So everyone's in solitary.
They're not. They're in 1-by-1 boxes because all human rights have been suspended in this prison. What he's done is he's abused the lawyer. Right, this is the lawyer.
Yeah.
You can unlock the lawyer, and he gets you out of trouble, right? That's what he's for. But he also lets you bend the rules.
Sure.
Right? So the rules state that every prison needs to have a 2-by-3 cell with a bed and a toilet. Right, that's your basic human rights. Right. The lawyer says, yeah, but actually, I don't know, terrorist or something, I don't know, we're not in the same country or whatever, who knows? But for whatever reason, this guy is able to get you off the hook and enable it. So if you unlock his small cells ability, it means that you can
oh my god.
You can
small
that
cells
rule.
ability.
You are no longer legally required to provide the bare minimum to your inmates.
Reduce execution liability was also very funny.
Oh yeah, that's another one. Yeah, so you can build a death row facility, if you want to, and it becomes about risk and liability because death row takes ages, right? Ages and ages. You get prisoners that come in on death row. They have decades of appeals processes ahead of them. Wow. But at some point, you need to make the decision that they've had long enough. They're definitely guilty. Every time they fail their appeals process, your certainty of their guilt increases slightly. But it's up to you when you take that risk. If you get it wrong, your death row facility gets shut down. All your death row facility members are taken to other prisons. You don't get any more death row inmates for ages. There's like a whole investigation, a whole shitstorm. You execute an innocent
so
man.
Intense.
And so that legal defense business, or reduce execution liability, that just gets you off the hook slightly. That liability. It doesn't completely get you off the hook. It just makes it a little bit easier.
Sure.
That's all.
What's the actual what's the math the game is doing?
Well, if you have an estimate of their innocence, right? At any one time, there's an updated estimate of their innocence, and once it goes below a certain level, I think it's 5%. You're no longer assumed to be liable. It's assumed that you've done your business necessary to prove beyond reasonable doubt that they still deserve to be there.
Sure.
The lawyer raises that threshold, right?
To what?
10%, I think.
Okay.
You really want to know the hard numbers.
Yeah, I did want to know.
You're thinking how to minimize this.
How does he? What kind of wiggle room does he give us?
Yeah, he's an evil man. The lawyer. He does. I think our lawyers I don't know if they ever played this game, but
Can we see the prisoner's needs right now?
yeah, you can. It won't be pretty.
Oh no!
It's all red on everything.
Oh no!
Family is one of the worst. That's so sad.
Because
It's like I want my
because look at the regime, right? They're just locked up in their cell all day long.
It's horrible.
Is there a way to open all the doors at once in that prison?
No, there's no way to do that. No. And it
Yeah,
wouldn't-
if they got out right now, would they riot?
Well, they would riot if things went wrong, yeah.
You can
But
see-
look at all the armed guards everywhere. Like the guards have all got tasers. There's guys with shotguns patrolling. You know, he's spent all his money on security because this is such a hellhole that
Security lockdown.
the slightest problem will result in a major catastrophe. Right? But he doesn't.
There's not a way to open all the doors.
But
for
he
him?
doesn't care.
No, but that could be an interesting update actually. Just like open all the doors
They're like,
because it would be fun with this level.
They
You
would
see-
all just swarm out.
Yeah. You see the exclamation marks in the top corner there? They go yellow and they go red, right?
Yeah.
That's it indicates to you, we call it the temperature of your prison. So as the needs get more and more and they're not being met, the temperature of your prison goes up and up and up. And when it gets high enough, that's when you get a riot triggering, right?
Yeah.
So because none of the needs are met in this prison, all of them are completely angry. We're at like red level 10, DEFCON 1, whatever you want to call it. So if they had the opportunity, they would immediately riot. But I don't know. Did you find?
Who's that special
do you see?
special one prisoner getting special treatment?
I don't know. What did
It said on
I didn't see it.
the thermometer thing. One prisoner said they were well.
Just some psycho. Just some guy. Just,
What is
It's like, yeah, bring the pain, bring the pain, you fucks. He's just loving it.
Who is that? I don't know who that is.
He's just finally going, oh yeah, finally some challenge, you know? Finally some challenge in life. These guys don't even get let out their cells for lunchtime, right? There is no, do you see a canteen? There is no canteen, right? The guards bring them their food, right? This is the guards, so when they're getting close to starvation, the guards just bring them a meal. And then, so nobody dies of starvation, right? This is an evil place.
Yeah,
I feel bad just looking at it.
Yeah, it's intense. I'm a little. I'm shook up.
You
by
need
this.
to have a little lie down.
Yeah.
You're a bit of a
Look at
At the start of this, you're all like, I'm gonna rule with an iron, and now you're like, I don't want to rule with an iron. I don't like this. I want to go back to the pool room in the visitation room. That's more
Give us
me.
some pool tables. Give us some
That's me.
TVs.
Yeah.
Fresh meal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Yeah, what should we look at next?
Escape mode. Let's look at escape mode.
Is it time for escape
It's
mode?
time
Yeah, I
for
think-
escape
Is it
mode.
that time of the day?
We've got about how long? Like 30 minutes or so? 20?
All right.
23 minutes?
Perfect.
Well, do you know what time we started, Kyle?
I do not.
Yeah, so
Pretty much just we're on our own schedule.
Yeah,
Stop
so-
whenever you guys want.
So, I mean, we've mentioned before that this game's been in early access for a long time now.
Yeah,
Been,
can you actually tell us how that has helped the development and what that has done for this game?
Yeah, sure. Well, there are we've given you tried to give you a flavour of all of these different systems that have gone into the game. You know, there's like the contraband system, the education system, the drug system, the escape system, tunnels, guards, all of these things. The prisoner, set of prisoner needs, the AI that's driving the prisoners. All of these systems interact in a way which is more complicated than we understand, right? we don't
have a clue.
We don't know.
Yeah.
But because we've been in early access and we've been able to layer these in month on month, right? So when we first started out, the prisoners didn't really escape. They didn't really need to eat or anything like that. So we could start off with a really basic regime and just keep layering it in. And each time we did that, we were able to check it worked. You know, does it work with everything else? Has it broken the prisons? Mm-hmm. And as we've gone forward, like I said, we've got like 12,000 prisons now. We've got over 1 million players of Prison Architect. Really massively popular game, you know, with games, which is brilliant for us. And as that audience has grown, we've been able to test each step of the way. Does this work? Does this fit? Does this break everyone's prisons? Sometimes we've broken everyone's prisons on purpose, right? You know, we know this is going to break the prisons. Sorry, there's going to be a better game for it. You know, not broken in the way that they interact badly.
For a while, everyone had workshops and they were making loads of money off workshops and just getting all the prisoners to work in mass labour camps.
Yeah.
And then we changed the game. We warned them that next month you're not going to be able to do that so easily.
Yeah.
And then we changed it so that prisoners could steal knives, screwdrivers, saws, hacksaws, digging tools from the workshop, and it just became a massive liability.
Yeah.
You know, the thing that you would trade off on.
Escapes went up that month.
Basically, and everyone has to do it again.
So that's enabled us to kind of make to develop PA, but also the communities. We've made mistakes along the way as well, right? We've put things in that have broken the game like really badly, and the communities immediately turned around and said to us, guys, this is no, and we within like days we've gone, yeah, okay, we'll pull that out. Well, that was a bad idea. If we hadn't had that feedback, that stuff would still be in, and we would have layered everything else on top of it, right? So it would have been like much further down in the brickwork, if you like. So we've been in early access, been out for a long time, and so we knew we were launching version 1. We knew we were coming up to that. We'd completed everything that we thought we needed to do for a really good prison sim, right? But what we needed is we wanted a reason for everybody that's participated in the alpha to come back and start playing Prison Architect again during launch week, right? Yeah. Otherwise it'll just not be quite as cool. Let's get everyone in. And we had this idea, I can't even remember which alpha it was, but in one of the alphas we had this idea that if you had too many deaths in your prison, you as the warden went into your own prison, right?
Cool.
For like corporate manslaughter, right?
Yeah.
And it was just like a little trick. The bus came in and you got off the bus, WAS&D, you walked around a bit, We were like,
now you're in prison.
We're just fucking with the player. But then we had an idea, right? We were like, hang on a second. We've got this whole simulation. We've got all of these mechanics in there. We've got 12,000 pre-built levels. What happens if we make it an escape mode where your job is to escape from the prison? So let's have a look at how that works.
Yeah, and that's how it starts. I mean, this is it's the game turned on its head. You don't arrive, you can't see anything, you can't zoom out any further than that. I'm in that bus right now, and I just have to wait for the guards to come and let us into the prison. Yeah, we've been watching all those prisoners arriving and getting brought in one at a time. And so.
Now, do you go into a pre-built prison each time for escape mode?
You can select a prison, so you can build your own prison and then escape from that, or you can hit my favourite, the random prison from Steam mode.
Yeah,
cool.
But we need to be a bit careful with that. We haven't tested 12,000 prisons. Not all of them. It might not be possible to escape from all of them. So that's kind of part of the fun. So this is a prison. We've done a few demos with this prison, but we don't know what's going to happen here. Genuinely, we don't know what cell we're going to get taken to. We don't know what the regime is going to be like. So escape mode demos are always a bit like chaotic and crazy,
I want to see somebody escape from the hellhole.
Well,
will it ever happen?
That is impossible.
Well, that challenge. Lay down a challenge now, haven't you? Laid down a challenge.
Someone out there has got to do it.
You want to see Twitch escape from the hellhole?
Yeah, we should set a prize up, shouldn't we? We should set a prize.
I think you can do it. I just think that you would have to get a gun really quickly. You would have to take out one of those shotgun guards.
Yeah.
Take his gun. And
open the doors.
And then,
I don't know. I just don't know.
It seems impossible.
All right, so
that's our cell.
That is us. This is our cell. We thankfully the lawyer has not been deployed on this cell prison, so we have loads of space to exercise and do absolutely nothing. So that's me. Hello. And we're nobody. We want to escape. We want to get out of here, but nobody knows who we are. No prisoners know who we are. They don't care who we are because we have no rep. Right? Now, I didn't show you it before, but in the sandbox, all the prisoners have a reputation. Right? Some of them are like super tough. Some of them are complete maniacs. Some of them are like instigators. Right? So if they kick off, everyone around them kicks off. Because that's just who they are. We don't have any of that.
So we need to get in a fight.
We need to get in a fight.
Let's do it. Okay, here we go.
Ahead of the thing.
Okay.
This guy, Wilson.
All right, you want to attack Wilson?
Right.
Wilson's a big guy.
He is a big guy. But then, God.
Oh my God. We're fighting Wilson.
Come on, Wilson.
Take that, Wilson.
Never liked
We got him.
Wilson.
We got him.
Who are you?
Blood on the wall.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
No. They got to
Yeah, attack Wilson. Attack Wilson. Don't attack me.
It was Wilson.
Alright, come on.
He's unconscious. Fight him more.
You're unconscious too.
Alright, so that obviously went totally fucking wrong. But it doesn't matter, right? Because we picked up some reputation, right?
Nice.
We got 3 hours in solitary confinement to look forward to. Right? Whilst we're thinking about that, we can grade our character, right? There's a little bit of a simple RPG curve running through this game, all right? These are all the reputations. Well, this is a subset of reputations that prisoners have in the sandbox. Right? Tough means that you can take a lot more hits. Strong means you punch a lot harder. Deadly means that you can do some sort of like jujitsu shit.
Awesome.
Just kind of like one hit kill these guys.
It's like Van Damme in prison.
That's right,
Basically,
that's right,
yeah. Quick means that you can run really fast, which is useful when there are armed guards outside.
That's good for escaping, right?
Yeah, particularly
Speedy.
good for escaping. Yeah. Instigator.
Scissors. Oh, we can't get
I
those.
just missed them, didn't I?
Dang it.
It's a really good question that just came in. Can you behave in this mode and rehabilitate yourself and ultimately escape by becoming a model citizen?
Serve out your sentence.
Yeah. Just hit speed up time. Wait for 20 years.
I don't know. You have a sentence that's counting down. If you exist in prison for long enough, your sentence will count down and you'll be released.
Wow.
I've never even thought of that.
See, this is like one of the crazy things about this. We've worked on this mode, but the simulation is so complex, and we think now, as we're demoing it, people say like, "What happens if this happens?" And we genuinely don't fucking know. We don't know what the simulation is going to do and how it's going to play out.
So cool. What is skilled fighter?
Oh yeah, so skilled fighter means that you can, if you're fighting someone who's got a weapon, you can knock it out their hands with your first punch.
Ooh, that's really good.
If you get, there are 2 levels to every one of these upgrades. If you get the extreme version of skilled fighter and you hit someone who's carrying a weapon, it appears in your hands.
Awesome.
Right? If it's you fight a guard and you just go poof, and now you have his nightstick. All right.
Are there shotguns?
There are shotguns. Yeah.
Is that mold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shit
Dirty prison.
So we've done our time. We've done our punishment. We can pick an upgrade. So we'll say, tough is a good one to go for because it means that we'll take a lot more hits in a fight.
What's the max rep you can earn?
There's no max.
Okay.
It becomes progressively more expensive to do everything. So the first versions of all the reps are just 1 point. The upgraded versions of every rep is 5 points.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
It costs you a lot of points to get everything.
There's Wilson.
There he is again.
Do it again. Do it now. You're tough. Do it again.
I have a better idea.
All right.
We're going to recruit him to help.
Okay.
He was fucking good at
Right.
fighting.
Do you want another beating Wilson, or are you coming on
There we
side?
go.
Yeah,
So what
now-
you do? You just held down on him?
You right click and hold down on them.
Cool.
Now, I cheated slightly there. I didn't have any rep points. Normally that would cost you a rep point.
Whoa.
I'm going to
Wow.
do it again. Right.
Whoa, we got a crew now.
We've got a crew. Now we're rolling with
Boys.
What the hell? That is
Whoa,
not
chaos.
actually...
It's a fight.
They're beating up Doyle. They're beating up Doyle. Right, this is it. Let's wait for our moment.
Are you gonna disarm them?
I'm going to wait for them to beat the shit out of those guards, and then I'm going to mop up.
That guy's
All right,
dead.
now let's-
Let's go!
Do the guards. Do the guards. Do the guards.
Oh my God. Oh,
He's got one. He's got keys.
Weapons. Go for the
He's got
door.
the keys.
Keys?
Did he drop the
Yes.
keys?
Yes!
All right,
Yeah,
now
all right,
we've got-
Make a break for it.
Look at all these fucking guards happening.
Where's our crew? Wilson, where'd you go, dude?
Wilson. They're both unconscious.
Yeah, they're both,
Oh,
they're
Wilson's
both, they're
out.
both KO.
Oh, they're getting cuffed. Oh.
All right, so that was pretty cool, right? That was pretty good. So
So good. So good.
all right, let's do. So after all that, I'm going to cheat a bit more. After all that debauchery, we can upgrade quite a bit. Let's have some. So we're all strong and tough now. Let's have
strong
some.
and tough.
Should we have the deadly?
Yeah, bit deadly.
Deadly's a good one. So where are my guys? I need to. You can click on them like this. And some of them they'll come and follow.
Can you have just a party of 3? Is that the max?
You can have as many as you like.
Oh wow.
You can have as many as you like, but each one
Big
costs
team.
more than the last. So it costs me 4 points now to recruit somebody else.
Okay.
and
Rep
it-
points.
Yeah, 4 more
Okay.
rep points, exactly.
Victor Kicks. Is that a guy's name?
There you go, Victor
Cool.
Kicks.
Victor Kicks.
Welcome to the team.
Welcome, Kicks.
All right, I think what we need to do now is go and find some weapons.
Yeah.
Right, so, I was telling you earlier about how prisoners can steal stuff, like from every room in your prison, pretty much, if you're not watching them. So the cleaning cupboard, for example, is where they keep all the mops and brooms and the cleaning chemicals and everything, and it's where prisoners go to snap mops in half and make little improvised wooden batons.
Sarah Connor situation.
Yeah, absolutely, a bit of Terminator 2 action.
So
right?
it helps to do that behind a closed door?
Yeah, if you get
Cool.
seen by a guard, they'll just challenge you straight away. And I can hide it, see? No one saw that.
So closed door or CCTV, right? The CCTV camera system is live in here as well. So if there's cameras in there and there's a guard at the security station, they'll see you doing it.
Oh wow.
So, but as long as you're not in like the vision cone for the guard, you can do what you like.
Is that poison?
That
You know,
is poison. Yep, and that will be no fucking use to us whatsoever.
Okay.
We are not going to get time to poison the guards. They're not going to sit around and eat their lunch while we're beating them up.
Is there ever rivalries with other prison inmates? Will they try to maybe poison you? Or?
That isn't a question that I also don't know the answer to, because we put gangs into Alpha 36, and gangs hold a grudge when stuff goes wrong, and I think you can be recruited into a gang.
Wow.
And if you're in a gang, whenever you get in a fight, all your gang mates will come to your assistance.
Cool.
But we don't know. It's never happened.
But no one's ever done it yet, so we just don't know. So cool. So we'll just see. Oh wow, she's
do her,
she's
mate.
brave, isn't she?
Do her.
Do you think? That's a bit mean.
Oh, right.
Isn't it?
Yeah, she didn't ask for it.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
She's being cool.
I think what we should do is we should do all the doctors at once.
Doctors, we can steal their
Screw you,
stuff.
man. Screw you.
Oh, dead!
Take the scissors.
Oh my
Scissors?
gosh.
Right, now see, now we're a bit more tooled up now, so we should be able to cause some serious
Even the odds.
There we go.
Oh my god.
Alright, I want the keys. I've got the keys again.
Wait.
I
When
have
they're
the keys.
unconscious, can you hit them when they're down?
Yes.
Yeah,
And kill 'em?
And yes, and if you get like 1 point for
Do him, mate.
He's got a gun!
Do him.
you get 1 point for starting a fight, and then 2, I think, for a KO, and then 4 for a kill. It's all about your reputation, right?
Wow.
We've only been here for 6 hours. We have killed 4 people already. We have serious reputation at this point, you know? And it's just getting better.
Oh, 46, yeah.
All right,
gonna
screw
take
you,
you
man. Screw you. Fucking.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm feeling a little bit isolated here. I'm going to surrender now because that is as far as we're going to get.
What's the benefit of surrendering?
You're taking a risk. All the time you let the fight go on, your guys can be killed.
Oh, okay.
There are armed guards on this level. There are dogs on this level. If you just keep fighting and fighting to the last breath, you can be killed and you lose all of your reputations because you're dead. Right? What use is your rep if you're dead?
Right.
Not a lot of use. So if you know that the fight's essentially over and you're not going to get any further, you just hands up, surrender. Yeah. We've got tons of time in solitary to look forward to, but we don't care because we have 54 rep points as a result of all that absolute anarchy.
That's good.
Let's see. So, what should we do next?
Go after the armory, mate.
Dig a tunnel in the toilet.
A tunnel in the toilet?
Okay.
We can dig escape tunnels. That's feeling a little bit calm at this point.
Yeah, I think we probably have time for like one more big
One more thing?
Go to the armory.
One more attempt. One more attempt to get out of here.
Let's go to the armory then. If we're
Armory.
going, we've only got time for one more. You can dig a tunnel, but that's boring, right? We'll go and shoot away.
You can dig escape tunnels. Yeah, exactly.
guns blazing.
I mean, like the workshop is a really good place to find digging tools. Is you can craft a wooden pickaxe in the workshop that doesn't set off any of the metal detectors.
Nice.
So you smuggle that back to your cell and start digging your tunnel. So the reason why I'm heading down here is that there's this security room here, and if you look inside, there's a bunch of guys in there all just kind of like manning the cameras. But underneath the security room is the armory. Right, see that down there?
And there's only one way in.
And there's only one way in, which is right through the security room. And next to it there, that is actually the kennel where they keep all the guard dogs at night.
Oh no.
So I think we're going to have to see.
Oh no. Fight your way into the armory.
We should have upgraded our toughness before this.
It's all right.
Is it too late?
You're all right.
Can we pause it?
Don't panic. Don't panic.
Got the keys.
All right, I've got the keys off the guards.
Yeah.
All right, now my guys will just hold the fort down while I just look around this armory.
Shotgun.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Now we're talking.
Oh god.
You got some keys? Yeah, good.
So brutal.
All right, let's just get my. Where are my other guys? Where am I? Just.
Wilson, get in here.
Right, you take the taser. Take the taser. All right, he's taking the taser. That's not a taser. That's a shotgun. Right?
He's got a
You
shotgun.
take the taser then. Let's see. Where's it gone?
You can switch and play any of them.
Yeah, you can play any of your 4 characters. So if any of your guys die, it just switches. I think we've got keys, right? We've got keys, we've got weapons.
If your main character dies, though, is it game over?
No.
No,
As long as you still have someone. This is something I want to try. Oh shit. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, the dog.
Oh no.
Shoot the dog.
Oh.
Did you hear him whimper?
There was no other way out. We had to do it.
We've never tried starting a fire before.
Is that a grenade?
It's a lighter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
There we go.
We're gonna get a fire going.
Burn the place
We're
down.
genuinely just trying shit here, you know. We just don't know what's actually going to happen. No, I want that.
Oh, it's burning fast. The fire is spreading.
Oh no. Oh.
Good work, Kicks.
All right, let's go. So we'll just leave that there as a distraction. And I think we'll try and go, fuck you, dog.
You didn't need to do the dog.
I know, people always, that's when
need to
people,
do the dog.
that's when they get their sudden crisis of conscience, isn't it? You killed a dog? Never mind. The
100
the
guards and
guards,
families.
They just care about the
Security
Alsatian.
Oh, we lost our keys.
We need keys, don't we? Who's got keys? You've got keys. Right, you can open the door. Right, come this way.
What are those?
Where did he come from?
Firemen! Alright, I'll let them go. That's some
No, they're
You just
dead.
shot them all.
They're gone.
You're like,
Leave the firemen. They're fine. They're fine. We don't care about the firemen.
No, they're gonna put out the fire we started.
Yeah, but that's
we
okay.
don't really want that.
Do you think?
We want it burning. We want the fire burning. They're okay. They're not moving.
They're not going to do it.
You've injured them. You've done the honourable thing,
exactly.
haven't you?
Exactly. I shoot to wound.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Come this way.
they're
Come
off
this way.
You didn't kill a dog, you eliminated an enemy unit.
That's right, yeah. Enemy canine unit. Yeah.
It's surprisingly difficult. All right. So we've got me, Kicks, and we've got Delay, who's got the keys.
Everyone's still alive.
We're quite
Yes,
badly injured.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I know this is
Oh, God.
this is
No!
Wilson, it's up to you, dude.
He's our last guy. All right. Actually, we can still salvage this. Stop spraying me, you idiot. We can still do this, man. We can still do this.
Shoddy.
It all comes down to Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson.
Come on, Wilson.
It's on you, man. It's on you. Hey, guys. Hey, those are some brave firemen.
They are, yeah.
Look at that.
They got a job to do, man.
All right, now you see what you've got to do is you've got
Where's Klieg?
you've got to.
Let's
Oh, there he is.
Let's
He's
upgrade
down.
Wilson while we got the chance.
Where is he?
Let's use
Yeah.
our red
Yeah,
points.
can we? Yeah.
Good. Oh, we can't because we're in combat.
Oh, okay.
We are. I don't have any keys. Where are my keys? Where are my keys?
You've got them and you're dead.
No, yeah, I'm dead. I need to go and find some more keys. It's all right though. There's no guards down here, so there's keys everywhere.
Must be keys, yeah.
All these guys dropped keys. Give me keys. Give me keys. That is cigarettes. That is not keys. Give me those. That's a truncheon.
Baton.
Let's try. There we go. All right, I've got keys. Shotgun.
Yeah.
We lost the keys, actually. There we go.
There we go.
Nice.
Keys and shotgun.
There we go.
That was a little bit awkward.
That's all we
wasn't
need.
it? I mean, there's so much shit in there that I couldn't pick up the thing I needed. So
Right.
we need to channel our inner Hotline Miami geek at this point. I'm a bit of a Hotline Miami geek.
Someone said Hotline Miami Architect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is that we need to get out of here without those armed guards getting too many shots off. You know?
Yeah. Oh man, they're patrolling.
Oh, here he
Oh
comes.
no, Wilson!
Nice,
Yes.
Wilson. Okay.
Good shot, Wilson.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you. All
Yeah.
right, how's your mates? Fuck.
Oh, here they come!
Well done, well done. Got Wilson.
Oh,
Yes. Fuck you, man. All right. I think it's all right.
Can you steal an ambulance?
We're clear. We don't need
Yeah,
to. We don't need to.
drive
The exit's
away.
right there. The exit's right here.
Who's that?
Look at this guy.
Who the fuck are you?
what the?
Come with us.
Come on,
Come on, dude. Yeah, get out of here.
He was released and now he's caught after our skates then.
There you go.
That's it.
And our last guy is unconscious, which
Oh my
means
gosh.
you're fired.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's fun.
That's good, man. That's good. Well done.
Look at that. Victims. Dead.
Two dogs.
Two dogs. I'm sorry.
Two dogs
I'm
are
sorry about the
firemen.
dogs. I'm sorry
Oh,
about the dogs.
no.
I didn't mean to kill the dogs. I was caught up in the rage of the moment.
Is time real time or?
No, that's game
That's
time.
game time.
Well, we haven't been sat here for 21
21
hours.
hours, yeah.
I just didn't
I'm
know
sorry
if
if
it
it feels
was.
like that.
I didn't know if it was factoring into like the time the prison was built or something.
Oh yeah, no, it's
No,
like
that's from when you
prison.
arrived.
Yeah, prison time. Since
First time you've done it.
That's the first time I've
Escaped,
actually
yeah.
made it out. Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
I normally die in the entranceway in the hail of bullets that inevitably follows.
here's the Wilson. What a hero.
Yeah, it was Wilson. He
From
was
being
the,
punched
he
in
was
the
the
face.
first guy that we
He was
punched
the guy
in the
that you
face.
just gotta. He didn't know. What,
Fuck you, man. Now
What did
join
you
our
turn him
squad.
into? He turned into this raging killer.
He was just like, I respect you. You came into my prison and you punched me.
Yeah.
Now I will join you.
Yeah.
And he was the only one that survived, so who won it? Who actually won that fight?
Somebody said he looked like Conan O'Brien. He really does.
Yeah.
So he got his way, didn't he? I'm dead, and he made it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well,
Successful.
That is escape mode. The whole game turned on its head.
it has been an absolute pleasure checking out Prison Architect. Is there anything else you want to
No, I don't think
let
so.
anyone know?
I mean, that is one prison of 12,000 prisons on the Steam Workshop, just waiting to be escaped from. Some are going to be harder than others, like that hellhole.
Someone will escape Hellhole.
Yeah.
It will happen.
Yeah.
You can all play it on the 6th of October.
Yes.
Say it again. 6th of October, Prison Architect.
PC Mac Linux.
Play, PC, Mac, Linux. Play escape mode.
Awesome.
Build a prison. Play through the campaign.
Yeah.
Just enjoy
The
it.
campaign's a great place to start. The campaign teaches you the basics, right? That's what it's for.
Yeah.
This is the advanced shit that we've been showing you here.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't need to play the campaign to play escape mode.
Yeah, well, how many people are going to play
just
the
play
game
escape mode.
and play escape mode first?
Yeah.
You know, that's really interesting to us.
Yeah.
You know?
No, cool, man. It's been really good fun. I really properly laughed at that. That was good.
Great fun.
That was
You
an
guys
absolute
made
blast.
it.
Everyone is extremely hyped on it. Someone wants to know PS4? Question mark? Question mark?
PC, Mac, and Linux at the moment.
Cool.
Just get through PC first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PC, Mac, and Linux at the moment.
Absolutely. October 6th, that was Prison Architect. Again, thank you guys so much for coming in.
Thank you very much. It's been a
Absolute
pleasure.
Cheers, Mike. It's been brilliant.
Thanks so much.
It's been brilliant.
And thanks everyone for joining us. Once again, October 6th, Prison Architect.
See you guys.
Bye.